What it do, 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 my soldiers, my ballers, my hustlers, welcome back to the page. It's your man's Ricoxmafioso, aka the 50 Shades of Black, aka Mr. Get It Fucking Done. I hope every one of you guys are having a wonderful week until now. You know, out here in Quebec, it has snowed like crazy, so we're pretty much entering that winter phase. Everything's becoming extremely chilly. I don't know if y'all can tell, but your boys, is getting very, very hairy. I think the winter has stimulated my facial growth, and I'm trying to, I'm low key like storing fat. I can tell, but it's normal. If you look at what the animals have been doing for the past couple of months, getting ready for winter, you understand that at the end of the day, that's what we have to do as well. By the thumbnail, by the title, you already know what it is. Before I dive into this, I'm gonna give y'all a warning, okay? This is a conversation that needs to be had. I don't care if I'm stepping on feet. I don't care if you're going to unsub or whatever. These conversations are needed in the manosphere, okay? And it needed in general, just worldwide, because we're entering a time, a very sensitive time where men are lacking mentors, men are lacking father figures, okay? A lot of individuals are growing up in households where they don't have access to a masculine entity around them to teach them specific things. So these conversations are crucial, gents. So whatever, listen up. And if you always want to be part of this dialogue, like I always say, straight from my cabeza, straight from my mind, from my heart, and right to y'all. This shit ain't scripted. This shit ain't fucking reviewed, cut, edited. It doesn't fucking matter. It's straight from my brain, my heart, right to y'all, knowing that I've lived this shit. And I just want to be able to have a dialogue and share this conversation with you guys in an openly respectful way. Okay? So, gentlemen, let me just say it like this, right? The moment you come out of your mother's womb, you're a baby, an infant. You go through the phases. Then you become a toddler. From a toddler, you become a young teenage boy. From a teenage boy, you become a young adult. Young adult, becoming a man. God bless. What a way, what a transformation, what a metamorphosis to becoming this powerful entity which we call the man. If you're with me till now, I just like to say God bless. Because if you are here today, it means you woke up another day to survive. You woke up another day alive. And hopefully you're just more than alive, you're thriving as well. So let's get this shit on the road, guys, okay? Let me give you guys a little example, all right? There's something that's currently happening out here where we will find grown adults, okay? Men who are beyond 30s, 40s, 50s, but who have not outgrew their old shell, who have not been brought up through a masculine frame, who have not had proper examples set in front of them. So their whole life they went from having a boy's physique into having a man's physique, but with the mentality of a fucking boy. What's the difference between a boy and a man? Personally, I'll make it extremely simple, and I'll tell you why I'm saying this and where I'm basing these thoughts off, okay? The difference between a boy and a man is accountability. Not simply accountability, okay? But having access to a certain level of consciousness and then falling back on that consciousness, knowing that your knowledge has become wisdom and you're able to apply that. The difference between wisdom and knowledge is application. So, again, accountability, wisdom. Because I know a bunch of men who are extremely gifted and smart, but who never apply what the fuck they have learned. So how the hell are you going to tell me that you are what we call a man? Because again, what a man does is he takes away all his emotional imbalances, all his emotional trauma away from the equation needed to be able to go out and dominate. It's so easy. I'm telling you, it's so easy to sit down here and go, rah, 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 I'm a man. Yes, You have the physical shape, the manifestation of a man. Yeah, you are a big individual. You don't need to be a big individual, excuse me, but you are, as you can tell, your balls are full, your biochemistry is balanced, you're producing this type of hormones out here that makes everybody think you're a man, but up here, you're nothing but a scared little boy. And if we ask you to do specific tasks based off the things that you like and dislike, you're not even able to do it because you know what? You haven't conditioned yourself emotionally. You're not emotionally intelligent enough to even say that you are a man. As well, I like to say that as a man, you adopt responsibilities. And these responsibilities fall back on things you do not like and you don't want to do. Gentlemen, I'm going to tell you this, okay? I was kicked out of my parents' crib at the age of 17, 16 and a half, 17, right around there. Actually, I was 17. I remember like it was yesterday. I was 17. The police came and escorted me out of the house. And that's when I had to become what I call fully independent because nobody was going to take care of me. The police grabbed me from the home and actually dropped me off at the park with my luggage. And then he told me, hey, like, your parents were right. We can escort you off their property because you are a legal age. A, we bring you to the homeless shelter, or B, we drop you off wherever you want to be dropped off. And I told myself, you know what, fuck it. I ain't going to no homeless shelter. Drop me off at the park. Bad idea. Long story short, a couple of years passed later on. I had a girlfriend. I was living in my own, house actually. I had my own house. You know, I was out here in the streets as a young man. I was doing a bunch of fucking bullshit, poisoning society, not being accountable, and being extremely emotional. It came to a point where, you know, time went by and I started reassessing my life and then looking at what I needed to do for me to be able to move forward, okay? And that's when a green light clicked in my head, and that's when I realized, damn, this whole time I was beating on my chest, I talking to my girl in a specific way when deep down it was embarrassing, but I was actually still a little fucking boy. The moment I actually became a man, and I'm telling you this, the moment I legitimately became a man is when I legitimately acknowledged that nobody was coming to save me. I already knew that, but I acknowledged it in a different type of way. The moment I realized that everything, including every action that was taken, every footstep that I've taken, every thought that went through my mind belonged to me, and that every outcome I've ever received was actually based upon nothing but my internal values, including all my successes, all my losses, and everything in between was because of my actions and the way I perceive the world. That's when I realized, all right, you've become a man. Let me pause that for a second, all right? This whole conversation might be a little mashup, might be a little disorganized, guys, because again, I tell you, this is a conversation, okay? I'm not trying to portray something that I'm not. I'm not trying to tell y'all rah rah this, rah rah that. I'm trying to make this digestible for especially the youth who are going to come up in the upcoming future here and who have no role models. Okay? Gentlemen, a man takes into consideration so many things other than himself. A real man. You can't be just thinking about yourself and then consider yourself as a man. I'm sorry. Only little boys think about themselves. Men think about how to push the narrative forward, excuse me. And what is the narrative? The narrative is the community, it is the tribe. I understand to be able to get to a point where you push this narrative forward, you need to have a certain amount of power. Go harness that power. Go through a journey of realization, of self mastery to have access to this type of power. But when you come back, that's when you know I'm a man's man because, again, I repeat, men go out and they create, not simply for themselves, but for the world around them. Another thing is, I realized when I was at I realized when I really became a man was when everything that came out of my mouth was legit. When I made these lips move, when I made this throat vibrate sound, it had purpose. It had a meaning to it. Because again, little boys, all they do is yap, 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 yap. Yap, 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 with no intentions. Thirdly, what happened behind this, me voicing these things, was action. Because again, I just said that all little boys do is yap, 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 yap. Men, we take actions. Sometimes we don't even speak. All we do is move. We aim, we shoot, bang. We adjust, we move forward. What little boys do, they don't even aim, they keep on shooting, they miss, and they blame everybody around them for their misses. You're better than that, gents. And I expect better than that. Not everybody is destined to be the greatest man around, but you are destined to be the greatest man you can be. Remember that. For those who don't have a masculine role model in their homes, okay? It's hard to see how a man treats a woman. It's hard to see how a man talks to a woman. It's hard to see how a man alleviates stress the moment he walks through the door. Nothing is perfect, gents, and nothing will ever be. There are exceptions to the rules. But we understand that when a man comes into the room, he alleviates all duties because in some shape or form, whether if it's his energy, whether if he is able to deal and take away the stress that's in the air by putting in massive action, whether it's just literally by softening his tone and taking hold of the conversation and making sure that people are felt and heard. There's so many ways you can identify a man. Again, imagine looking at society that we are in today, this beautiful, beautiful society that we are in today, where everything is magnificently built. There's been countless wars. Men have sacrificed their lives, and I repeat, men, because you may be in the physical body of a little boy, but you've been brought up early as a man because you have had the right examples to teach you what a man is and what a man does. I repeat, there have been countless wars where boys have acted like men. Again, society out here is beautiful because of the sacrifices these men have made. Do you think they wanted to make those sacrifices? Do you think they wanted to go to war? Do you think they wanted to abandon their families and all their leisures to go do something as treacherous as that? Hell no. But again, there's things we have to do as men and made in the image of God, in the likeness of God, that we have to do to be able to make this world a fucking better place. Again, I repeat, gents, like, sometimes I legit feel bad because there were so many moments in my life where I pounded on my chest like a gorilla saying, I'm a man, I can do this, I'm a man, I can do that. But when I think about it now, I was just a scared boy. A scared young man on the rise and becoming what I wanted to become. And whatever I wanted to become didn't have a proper example set in front of him back then. So I became a menace. I became a man of destruction. And this is what I mean. Am I really a man if I'm destroying the things around, or am I still an angry little boy? Think about it. A real man tends to be stoic. A real man is willing to sacrifice for the greater good. A real man is loving and emotionally intelligent, meaning the loving side is there, the hateful side is there, but guess what? He finds a way to find that perfect that perfect balance, that perfect balance between the love and the hate. Because as a man, there's times, again, I repeat, being emotionally intelligent, that means there's times where you love something so much, but you have to cut it off. There's times where you hate something so much, but you just gotta do it. So, I really would like for you guys to look and dig deep within, okay? Look in the mirror and ask yourself questions, important questions of, all right, how do I learn? How do I unlearn the bad behaviors, the bad traits I have developed over the years? How do I take a step forward in becoming the man I was always destined to become, which is a great man? All you motherfuckers watching this, I know y'all got some type of potential. If you keep on watching these videos, and all the videos about semen retention, is because there's something in you telling you that there's something in society that's draining and taking away the power from men, and that's making us becoming low frequency, harboring weaker men. So how do we become great men again? Ask yourself that question every fucking morning, every fucking evening. And I'm telling you, the answer is going to come day by day, thought by thought, step by step. Anyways, y'all, usually these videos, I tend to not open up like this because honestly, right now I'm in mode like retroflexion, and retrospection. Excuse me, damn. When you speak so many languages, damn, you start to get mixed up eventually. And plus, y'all know that it's like 1 in the morning right now, so I'm making these videos for y'all. But it just saddens me a little bit because divorce rate are up in the fucking air. Like, nobody wants to get married no more. The children who are being raised in single parental homes, it's just scary, man. It's just scary. But anyways, we can't save everybody, but what I'm trying to do is spark a thought and spark change. And I know y'all motherfuckers can't. Anyways, y'all, I wish y'all a wonderful fucking Sunday. I'm gonna leave you on a positive note, okay? That is the bar, and it has been set, and I expect every one of y'all to surpass it, because I know y'all are better than that shit, better than the standard they left for us out here. Remember, iron sharpens iron, and I'm here for y'all. So don't forget, Leave a comment. Y'all could add on to this. And I'll catch you on the flip side.